Hello and good evening, everyone. I am Vinaya Deshpande Pandit, the Maharashtra Chief of Bureau of the Hindu, and you have tuned into a special video podcast on the politics of Maharashtra, on the most important question that's playing on everyone's mind, and that will be who will be the next Chief Minister of Maharashtra. Now, remember, the Mahayuti led by the BJP has received a brutal majority. It's a clean sweep. The numbers that we have seen in Maharashtra had not seen such numbers since the 1980s. It is that clean a sweep for the Mahayuti, and we are still waiting for the formation of the government now. So the question really is, what is the position with respect to the formula? What is the position with respect to the chief minister's position? Whether it will be Devendra Fadnavis, whether it will be Eknath Shinde. Now, clearly today, pressure has started growing from the Shiv Sena, seeking that it should be Eknath Shinde who should be made the Chief Minister of Maharashtra yet again. Let us first start the show after listening to the bite of Naresh Mhaske, who is an MP of Shiv Sena, Eknath Shinde led Shiv Sena. Let's hear what he had to say and why he says that Bihar pattern should be implemented in Maharashtra. Let's listen to Naresh Mhaske first.
देखो, महायुति के लीडर और मुख्यमंत्री एकनाथ शिंदे साहब होना चाहिए। हमें और हमारे कार्यकर्ताओं को लग रहा है, क्योंकि हमारे पार्टी के वो नेता है। जिस तरह से भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने बिहार में संख्या भर देखा नहीं, लेकिन छोटी पार्टी है, उसको बड़ी करने के लिए नीतीश कुमार को सीएम पद दिलाया, वैसे ही एकनाथ शिंदे साहब को सीएम पद मिलेगा, यह हमें विश्वास है। आखिर ये निर्णय महायुति के नेतागण लेने वाले हैं, वरिष्ठ नेतागण लेने वाले हैं। ये चुनाव एकनाथ शिंदे साहब के नेतृत्व में, देवेंद्र फडणवीस, अजीत दादा, इनके नेतृत्व में और हमारे मंत्रीगण, कार्यकर्ता, पदाधिकारियों की मेहनत का नतीजा है। हरियाणा में जैसे सैनी इनके नेतृत्व में चुनाव लड़े और बाद में उनको सीएम पद दे दिया, वैसे ही एकनाथ शिंदे साहब को ये सीएम पद देना चाहिए, एक कार्यकर्ता करके मुझे लग रहा है। आखिर निर्णय महायुति के लीडर लोग लेने वाले हैं, और संजय राउत जैसे लीडर जो आलोचना करते हैं भारतीय जनता पार्टी पे कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी अपना शब्द बदलती है, यूज एंड थ्रो करती है, उसको एक समर्पक उत्तर भारतीय जनता पार्टी देगी, ऐसा हमें विश्वास है। और ये सीएम पद एकनाथ शिंदे साहब को देना चाहिए, ये हमारे कार्यकर्ता करके मुझे लग रहा है। आखिर निर्णय तो महायुति का नेता लोग लेंगे, वो तो निर्णय हमें मान्य होगा, लेकिन एकनाथ शिंदे साहब ने जो महाराष्ट्र में जो सीएम की जो गरिमा है वो कॉमन मैन करके प्रस्थापित की है। सबसे ज्यादा लोकप्रियता एकनाथ शिंदे साहब की है। ऐसे सब जो चैनल्स है, जो दूरचित्रवाणी है, उन्होंने जो सर्वे किया था उसमें सबसे ज्यादा लोकप्रिय आदमी करके एकनाथ शिंदे साहब का नाम आगे आ रहा है। हर योजना सरकार ने लिए हुए निर्णय आखिर स्तर तक लेके जाने का काम एकनाथ शिंदे साहब ने लिया है, उनके सहकारी भी उनके साथ में। इसीलिए ये चेहरा आने वाले महानगर पालिका का चुनाव रहने दो, ग्राम पंचायत के चुनाव रहने दो, जिला परिषद के चुनाव रहने दो, नगर पालिका के चुनाव रहने दो, इसमें यूटी के लिए एक एसेट होने वाला है। इसीलिए हमारी मांग है कि एकनाथ शिंदे साहब को सीएम बनाए।
केंद्र की एनडीए सरकार भारतीय जनता पार्टी के साथ, सहयोगी दल छोटे पार्टियों के साथ अन्याय नहीं करेगी, इस पे आपकी क्या राय है? क्योंकि आरोप प्रत्यारोप का दौर शुरू हो चुका है।
देखो, आरोप प्रत्यारोप विरोधी पार्टी कर रही है, उनको समर्पक उत्तर एनडीए सरकार देगी।
सर, जिस तरीके से संजय राउत ने आज भी आरोप लगाया कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी सिर्फ अपने इस्तेमाल के लिए लोगों को इस्तेमाल करती है, और जो मुख्यमंत्री का चेहरा होगा वो गुजरात के फायदे के लिए मुख्यमंत्री का चेहरा महाराष्ट्र में चुना जाएगा।
देखो, संजय राउत पागल हुआ है, अपना जो पराभव हुआ है उससे वो पागल हो रहा है। सब लोग, शिल्लक सेने के लोग, उबाटा के लोग उसको गाली दे रहे हैं। उनको खुद को सीएम बनने का था, इसीलिए उद्धव ठाकरे जी का उन्होंने गेम किया है, पीठ में खंजीर खोपकर वो खुद सीएम बनना चाहते थे। ये उद्धव बाला साहब ठाकरे जी को सोनिया गांधी शरद पवार के दरवाजे के बाहर उन्होंने खड़ा किया, इसीलिए सैनिक अब भड़के हैं। जो उद्धव साहब ठाकरे साहब के साथ में वो उसको अभी चप्पल से मारने वाले, वो क्या आलोचना करता है, रोज अलग अलग तरीके आलोचना करता है, उसमें ध्यान नहीं देने चाहिए। वो पागल हुआ आदमी है और 2 दिन के बाद खुद के कपड़े फाड़ के रास्ते पे घूमने वाला है। उसके लिए मेरे घर के नजदीक मेंटल हॉस्पिटल है, मैं एक बेड बुक करके आया हूँ।
सर, ईवीएम मशीन को लेकर आक्षेप लिया जा रहा है, कहा जा रहा है कि ईवीएम मशीन में धांधली की गई। इसके अलावा जो योगी आदित्यनाथ ने महाराष्ट्र में 23 जगह पे सभा ली, जहाँ पे 20 जगह पे विन हुए कैंडिडेट महायुति के, ऐसा कहा जा रहा है कि जो उन्होंने बयान दिया था कटेंगे तो बटेंगे।
देखो, अगर ईवीएम में घोटाला है तो आदित्य ठाकरे को गिराते थे ना, आदित्य ठाकरे को हम लोग गिराते थे, फिर लोकसभा में ईवीएम में घोटाला नहीं कर सकते थे हम लोग। ये देखो, गिरने के बाद जो काउंटिंग के पहले दिन खुद सीएम बनना चाहता था, जयंत पाटिल ड्राइविंग कर रहा था, उसके बाजू में ये बैठा था। जो जयंत पाटिल की परंपरा है, सालों से वो चुन के आता है, वो आदमी संजय राउत जैसा सोसाइटी का चेयरमैन नहीं हो सकता।
Well, that extremely interesting statement there by Naresh Mhaske. Let's take this conversation ahead. I have with me Vishwas Pathak, who's the spokesperson of the BJP, who has been kind enough to spare his precious time to speak with the Hindu today. Vishwas Pathak ji, thank you for joining the Hindu on this video podcast today. Extremely interesting messaging there. You heard from Naresh Mhaske. Maratha face, there will be consequences. You have to prove to Uddhav Thackeray that he was wrong, that the BJP does not do use and throw. Several messages, several hints coming your way. How do you look at this message?
I heard Honorable Member of Parliament Mr. Naresh Mhaske, but in his entire discussion, he was self-contradicting himself. On one hand, he is advising that what Sanjay Raut is saying, here is an opportunity for BJP to disprove him. On other hand, he is saying Sanjay Raut has gone mad. I think we are talking about who would be CM of Maharashtra. It is very clear that these elections were fought under the leadership of Mr. Eknath Shinde, and we got thumping majority. Hereafter, there is a time to appoint a new CM. And now, who would be the new CM? I am fully with Mr. Naresh Mhaske that each and every Karyakarta of respective party has got every right to wish about his own leader as the CM. So he can wish for Eknathji Shinde. Eknathji Shinde has performed for 2.5 years. I have no problem whatsoever. But at the same time, I, as a BJP Karyakarta, also feels that CM should be from BJP because BJP has achieved almost entire majority, simple majority. And secondly, we have a candidate who is the tallest ever possible candidate in Maharashtra, Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, who has performed, who has a track record of 5 years between 2014 and 19. He has performed well. So naturally, there is a tremendous pressure from all across the state that new CM should be Mr. Devendra Fadnavis.
You're saying that the BJP's wish is that Devendra Fadnavis should become the next Chief Minister of Maharashtra. We are seeing that in some sense, the Shiv Sena is also resorting to pressure building tactics. So, for example, while Naresh Mhaske spoke to the media today, we are seeing that several people went to Siddhivinayak temple today, people who benefited out of the Chief Minister Medical Relief Fund, seeking that Eknath Shinde should become the next Chief Minister of Maharashtra. We are seeing that messages are being circulated saying that Turza Bhavani Puja is going to happen at the hands of Jyoti Wagmare tomorrow to pray that Eknath Shinde should become the next Chief Minister. Do you see this as growing pressure tactic by the Shiv Sena, particularly on your party, to make sure that it happens?
I don't think it is a pressure tactics, and if at all it is a pressure tactics, such decisions are not taken under the pressure. See, it is very amply clear that all the leaders of three parties, that NCP, Shiv Sena, and BJP, will sit together with our higher ups in Delhi. They will decide, and the candidate whose name will be declared, it will be always in the best interest of the state government. And I think this time it is a time for BJP to have their CM, not because BJP should have it, but because we have a best available candidate, Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, who has performed, who has a track record. And look at the referendum. This referendum is purely for BJP and Mr. Devendra Fadnavis. And that is the reason not only BJP is benefited, but also Eknath Shinde, Shiv Sena, also Ajit Dada Pawar's NCP. So there is a clear-cut mandate for Mr. Devendra Fadnavis.
You're saying a clear-cut mandate is there for Devendra Fadnavis. Are you saying that Devendra Fadnavis should be the chief minister for all the 5 years? Or are you saying that there's a consideration within the BJP as well that some formula might be worked out where you can accommodate the other party, particularly Eknath Shinde, with respect to this aspiration of leading the state?
I don't think there has to be a formula of 1 year, 2 year, or all that thing necessarily. Because when Mr. Eknath Shinde was made CM for 2.5 years, there was no formula of 6 months, 8 months, and 10 months. So he was there throughout. Similarly, whosoever becomes CM this time, I think he will complete a 5 years term. And that should not be a problem. There won't be any formula on that.
You're saying a very important thing, Vishwas Pathak ji, and for the national viewership, it is an extremely pertinent point that you make. You're saying that it's unlikely that there will be a formula with respect to the chief minister's position. What is the other issue that I come to now is also that since the time the elections were announced, we have seen that there has been a buzz in Maharashtra with respect to the Nitish Kumar pattern. Now, initially, the two regional parties, the factions of which have come and joined with you, had also expressed similar aspirations. You yourself, as in your party, had to come out and say that. There is no formula that has been decided. It is not necessary that the party which gets the maximum number of seats will have the chief minister. Everything will be decided after the elections by the three leaders together. Again, now that the elections are over, now that Mahayuti has a thumping majority in which BJP is just a few seats short of a simple complete majority by itself, do you see any logic in the demand for Bihar pattern in Maharashtra?
The Bihar pattern has to be practiced if it is required in the interest of that particular state. This formula cannot be imposed. Now, situation is different. We all three parties together, we have got 230 plus seats out of 288. However, we need only 144 to form a government. Now, logically, who should form the government? Who is almost close to the majority? And there is a referendum for Mr. Devendra Fadnavis. People have been voicing very clearly. Therefore, I don't think there will be any problem with announcing him as a CM candidate. However, these decisions will be taken by taking all the parties concerned in confidence, or higher ups also will discuss. And I'm not denying that there can be any formula like Bihar formula. But as of now and in this juncture, I don't think we have to go by Bihar formula. Mandate is very clear.
Why do you say that in Maharashtra currently there doesn't seem to be a requirement for Bihar formula?
See, basically, we fought elections on many grounds, including what are the performances of Mr. Narendra Modi, then what were done in state, about infrastructure development, and many more things. But one of the main reasons was that, which even nobody could visualize, there was a tremendous wave in favor of Mr. Devendra Fadnavis. People wanted to see him back as the CM because the way he was taken out of that seat, although there was a clear-cut mandate in 2019 that BJP and Shiv Sena should form a government. It was a declaration made by Modi ji and various leaders in presence of Mr. Uddhav Thackeray that once we come in power, Devendra Fadnavis will be continuing as our CM. So people were hurt and they wanted to see Mr. Fadnavis as a back as a candidate. And I think therefore we have to respect the sentiments of public at large, not only BJP volunteers.
It's interesting to say that because this is the same day when your alliance partner, the Shiv Sena, which is the second largest party in your alliance right now, they have won over 50 plus seats, 57 seats in the alliance. They themselves say that Bihar pattern should be implemented here. I believe Ajit Pawar has already told his legislators that he would support Devendra Fadnavis's name, does it seem that a lot of discussion will have to take place before the top leaders are brought on the same page?
No, why Bihar pattern has to be practiced? There is no reason to practice Bihar pattern this time. And again, I'm telling you, this pattern cannot be imposed. Situation will demand, situation will decide whether Bihar pattern has to be practiced. But as of today, there is a tremendous demand that Mr. Devendra Fadnavis should be seen back as a CM, and therefore I think he will become CM.
The sentiment from your alliance partners seems to be that the BJP uses the regional parties as per its benefit and then dumps it. This is something that Naresh Mhaske also hinted to, though he did not say that, and that is why alluded and requested that the BJP should consider making Eknath Shinde the chief minister. How do you respond to this kind of a sentiment, a narrative, where the regional parties feel that there is a use and throw attitude?
See, basically, we are always a big brother, and we are always prepared to have this kind of criticism. Now, look at Mr. Narendra Modi when he secured at his zone as a BJP 303 seats. The required majority was 272. Still, we went along with all our partners. We allowed them to participate in government. So, how you can say use them through politics? In Bihar again, Bihar, despite of having majority, we made Nitish Kumar as a CM. Therefore, these are all baseless allegations. We give damn to those allegations.
The other thing that is coming forth, Vishwas Pathak ji, is that whether there will be discussion from within the BJP with respect to the faces when the chief minister's position is being considered. So, though there are, speculations which haven't yet been based on any official statements, we are seeing that a few BJP leaders are also coming to the forefront, are going and meeting the national leaders. There are speculations on whether there will be an OBC phase that will come up. What will the central leadership choose for Maharashtra this time? How do you look at all these speculations currently going on in Maharashtra politics at a time when no formal decision has been announced as yet with respect to the chief minister's face?
See, BJP doesn't really recognize all such factors, who is from which caste and religion and all those things. Whosoever is competent, whosoever is in best interest of the state, is normally made as chief minister. If you look at the series of chief ministers all across India, we have not gone by caste and all those things. They are all competent people. They are from Sangathan, and they are most fitted person from those states.
That's an interesting observation you make, and you have in some sense denied these speculations which are doing rounds in Maharashtra politics at present. Let me come to the BJP's electoral performance this time. It's been a massive sweep for the BJP by itself. What are the factors you think were instrumental in getting BJP the kind of seats it has received, which were not predicted in any exit polls, in any of the speculations or predictions that had come before the elections?
See, basically, there was no reason in Lok Sabha to have
I
but
think we
because
seem to have lost. Yeah,
yeah,
Vishwas Pathak seems to be back with
but
us. There
yeah,
seems to be some connection issue. Vishwas Pathak ji, can you hear me?
yeah. See, in the Lok Sabha too, there was no reason for BJP to have this kind of performance. But because opposition made lots of fake narratives, created lots of fake narratives that we are going to change constitution, then there was vote jihad practiced by Muslims and all those things. So we really lag behind in Lok Sabha. But having faced that, we approached public, giving them what we have done in Maharashtra, be it metro, be it coastal road, be it Samruddhi Mahamarg, various infrastructure projects. And also we reached out to the farmers and understood their problems. We waived their electricity bills. We came out with insurance schemes in their favor. So, and of course, this Ladki Yojana also help us to get this kind of majority.
Well, the day before, after the victory, after the results were announced, Devendra Fadnavis himself acknowledged the role of Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh as well, calling it the Matru Sanghatana of all the nationally oriented organizations. How do you see the RSS's role in this election?
See, RSS is our mother organization. We always go for their guidance, and their volunteers are always there to support us. So, yes, we recognize their efforts. What they have done in Haryana, they did in Maharashtra also. And it has contributed immensely in Maharashtra in these elections.
Do you see that as one of the factors which led to an increase in the voting percentage in the state? Because this time on, the voting percentages were quite high for Maharashtra.
Of course, yes. Of course, yes.
Also, do you see it as contributing to the increase in women voters percentage this time? Because it was unprecedented in several ways. This is the first time in the electoral history of Maharashtra that not only was the women's voting percentage high, but it was the lowest difference margin between the men's voting percentage and the women's voting percentage. Less than 2%, around 1.6% was the only difference between men and women voting percentages. How do you look at that factor?
Yeah, it is true. This time it is almost equal. And the reason being, whatever policies our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, he has outlined for the woman, whether it is Ujala gas, whether it is electricity at home, whether it is woman empowerment, various things, coupled with this Lake Ladki Yojana in Maharashtra, that has made trick here.
Through the campaign, we saw that the target of the opposition was primarily Devendra Fadnavis. And we saw that the BJP came out with a narrative of Deva Bhau. Was it in order to create a counter narrative against the caste dynamic that was going on? And how did it turn out for the party?
See, I would compare this situation with 2002 situation in Gujarat when Mr. Narendra Modi was forced against the wall and lots of criticism was made. That time, public made up their mind that Mr. Modi is being unduly targeted. Similar situation was taking place here in Maharashtra. So people had made up their mind and they voted in favor of Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, and that is why such a thumping majority we have achieved.
Why do you say that it was a mandate only for Devendra Fadnavis?
See, naturally, see in Maharashtra at state level, the tallest leader is Mr. Devendra Fadnavis. All other leaders, including Mr. Sharad Pawar, is nowhere in competition. So all put together, they fought against Mr. Fadnavis. They ensured that Mr. Fadnavis doesn't succeed in his political career. So this Jaranga factor and all other factors, casteism factors, they tried their best. But ultimately, people in Maharashtra, they are very matured and they surpass all those issues.
There was a buzz in the Maharashtra political circles in the last few months saying that, are Devendra Fadnavis's wings clipped? Will Devendra Fadnavis go to Delhi now? Will there be any other role that will be carved out for him? How do you see these elections with respect to that narrative?
If at all Mr. Fadnavis had to go to Delhi, it was not that because he is not doing well here. So he may go there. Our central leadership may take him there as a president of BJP, but not because that he is not doing well in Maharashtra. So today he can either be CM, he can be president or whatever. And ultimately he is a very obedient soldier of the party. Whatever responsibility is bestowed on him, he will accept it.
But do you see this as a unanimous demand from across the BJP cadres and MLAs that the state BJP feels that Devendra Fadnavis should become the chief minister?
Each and every volunteer of BJP is in favor of Mr. Devendra Fadnavis to be seen as a CM.
And by when can we expect that decision, Vishwas Pathak ji?
Process is underway. maybe in weeks' time it will happen.
So right now, what is the stage at which the BJP is? Because we have seen that it is the NCP which has held its meeting with its legislators. It is the Shiv Sena which has held its meeting with its legislators. The BJP has not yet called for that crucial meeting. Are your MLAs already in Mumbai? Have you sent out messages to them? Are they on their
Most
way? When do we expect that meeting to take place?
most of them are in Mumbai. That formal meeting has to take place. Now meetings are happening in Delhi also. So very soon it will be decided.
Do we expect that the top three leaders will probably make a visit to Delhi in the coming 1 or 2 days?
Yes, of course. Yes. I
So
got
that
some
that is
meetings.
a
Can I get out of this conversation?
yes, yes, sure. Thank you so much for your time because you've answered several crucial issues for us. That was Vishwas Pathak speaking to the Hindu exclusively in this video podcast where we are discussing who the next Chief Minister of Maharashtra will be. And we can clearly see that there are differences with respect to what the BJP feels and what the Shiv Sena feels. Pressure mounting from Eknath Shinde's Shiv Sena. There is a veiled threat as well there, saying that there will be consequences in case Eknath Shinde is not considered for the chief minister's position. There are caste factors. The fact that Eknath Shinde has emerged as a strong Maratha leader as a contender to the top position. He has been the chief minister in Maharashtra at a time when the BJP on its own steam has got over 130 seats. We are seeing that the BJP is in no mood to relent at present. It wants the chief minister's position for itself. The Karyakartas, the MLAs who I spoke with, clearly stated that we have made enough sacrifices till now, despite being the largest party. This couldn't have been bigger for us. We have proven a lot more that we are the biggest party and that we have performed, and that this time on the chief minister should belong to the BJP. The smaller parties, particularly the Shiv Sena, with less than half the number of seats of what the BJP has got. The BJP is over 130. Eknath Shinde has got 57. Clearly, if you look at the number of seats as compared to what they had fought, it's a massive number that they have got for themselves as well. They claim that it is because Eknath Shinde has done a good job over the last 2.5 years. He has emerged as a strong contender to the position of the chief minister, and that he will fit a bigger message that the BJP can send across at the national level if it decides to share power with the Shiv Sena. That Eknath Shinde should be made the chief minister yet again, maybe for a shorter term. Maybe there should be a formula in place. The BJP doesn't seem to believe that this time on there should be a formula in place for sharing the chief minister's position. We heard there might be consideration about the two deputy chief ministers, the pattern that we saw during the last time as well, where there was one chief minister and two deputy chief ministers. But all these decisions will take place only after the top three leaders will likely visit Delhi, will hold a meeting with Amit Shah. The BJP says it also awaits the central leadership to announce the central observer to Maharashtra, because remember, it's only the BJP now which has not yet called for an official meeting of all its party legislators. So a Gataneta has not been appointed by the BJP till now. The leader of the party has not yet been appointed. Once that formality is complete, only then can the procedures roll further. Vishwas Pathak has given an important clue saying that in the next 1 week, the new government should be in place, thereby indicating that the BJP is in no hurry really, while there are media speculations running amok every day saying that the swearing-in ceremony will likely happen within a day or two. Several media reports had speculated yesterday that the swearing-in ceremony will happen today. Though the Hindu was probably the first newspaper to tell you that it will take time for the formation of the new government and that the swearing-in ceremony is definitely not happening today. We will continue to keep you on top of this news wheel about the election that is making waves across the entire country. This is the election in the second largest state of the country, and it is unprecedented for reasons more than one. Thank you for watching this special video podcast with the Hindu. I leave you with this.